Hi guys, and welcome to my review of A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. So yeah, I know that a lot of people don't really like this movie, but some people view it as a movie what's so bad it's good, like how Chris Stuckman views movies. I'm not sure. Would he actually view it in that way? Well, with some of the scenes, like especially the scene where you see Freddy Krueger with those glasses, yeah, on the beach, like yeah, I don't blame him. So I don't even know, like, because I'm possibly gonna get into spoilers, like kind of straight away, since in the first 20 minutes they've already killed the previous characters from the other movie, and there's only like one character left, and then like another 20 minutes later that character dies, but then like gives the power to one of the new characters in this movie. And it's kind of funny how a lot of them get killed off as well until there's like two of them left. I'm surprised like it's not just one character left by the end. Jeez, how things went. But yeah, I do to a degree enjoy this movie. I obviously, yeah, I obviously don't like what they decided to do with killing all of them characters after, because they killed Nancy. Like, did they really have to kill all of the characters from the previous movie as well? Or if how everything ends, it's not like they all died in vain. But yeah, but I'll discuss how I guess everything went through. The first movie to the third movie to this movie, and then Wes Craven. That's like, I guess in the way it's a spin off. But yeah, I'll be reviewing that still as well. And it'll be the last Nightmare on Elm Street movie I review for this year. Because the second one and the other two after this, well, the ones that, that after this movie, I review them next year. And then the reboot, oh god. I'm gonna have to review that because I want to review every movie in the series, so I guess I'm gonna have to do that one too. But yeah. So basically, this is set after the events of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and some of the kids that was in that place, like that psychiatric hospital or something like that, they basically get set free. Probably think they're normal now, because I guess Freddy leaves them alone, but then he eventually does come back and kills them. Well, Freddy was gone for a while, so like after how the third movie ended, with Freddy possibly being gone, I guess it took him a while to find a way to, get back. But then he eventually does, and I guess the first one they kill is the funniest character. Like, why would you decide to kill the funniest character first? Like, that's a weird choice. But I do like his last line when he says, "I'll see you in hell," but then then Freddy says, "Tell him Freddy sent ya." Like that, I like that. I like that line. Yeah, but yeah, like it's just weird that they would kill the funniest character first, and then like 2 minutes later they just killed the. Well, I'm not sure if that's the mute character. Did he used to be the mute character? But he didn't really talk much until like the end of the movie, and then we see him in this movie for like 20 minutes. Then in 22 minutes, I'd say, since the black guy dies first, and then they kill him in a pervy way because he sees this naked girl, and then like on his bed, but in like under. I don't even know how to explain it, but he basically gets drowned, and then well, Freddy just comes up and kills him and stuff. Yeah, and then he just has the blonde girl left, Christian or whatever her name is. Yeah, That's gonna be his last victim, but he kind of. How does he do it again? Because basically it gets to a point where people think that she's crazy, especially after everything she's been through previously in the previous movie. Because it's not like people are going to believe her, even though her friends are getting killed off, and she's basically the last one. So she's basically in the new main character's shoes, which she basically comes to that situation by the end of the movie, like everything she goes through, which is Alice. Yeah, that's her name. She's basically the main character of this movie. After, well, could you say she wasn't really the main character until like 40 minutes into the movie? I don't know if that's accurate. She did get some screen time, but it wasn't until the final survivor from the third movie dies, which is also because I think they're both getting the same dream. Alright, so as I was saying, both Alice and Christine end up in the same dream, which is actually turns out to be a good thing, since Christine, who I guess has this power left over from the previous movie, gives it to Alice before she dies, which she kind of gets burned to death, which sucks for her. Damn. Because it was when I first watched the movie, yeah, I was just like, really, they've killed the original, not original, the third movie's characters, like all of them. Because when I first watched it, I was like, so Nancy died for nothing. But then when we watched the movie now, one of them was able to give the power to Alice, which for the whole movie, Alice is seeing all of her friends die because she just starts off in the movie as a sweet girl, and then like she's just seeing all of her friends die one by one, who are introduced in this movie, and she's just seeing them all die, and it's kind of changing her through the whole movie. So by the end, she's able to face Freddy with this power, and man, some of the stuff we see before then, where because they kind of touched it a little bit on the third movie, with the souls. Since Freddy basically has the kids' souls, all of the kids that he's killed, he has their souls that are trapped inside of him. And it's like a scene where the pizza scene, yeah, where you see their faces on the pizza, and he's basically eating them, which was a pretty messed up moment. Yeah, I don't even really want to talk about the scene where, when the thing that he does to get Christine and Alice in the same place, because I think, well, that's related to the glasses scene, where Christine's trying to stay alive after finding out what happened to her friends. So she dreams of a place like a beach where it should be safe, but I don't know if she thought of a place where she'd be well equipped. I just don't know if that would still be dangerous. But yeah, and that ended up Freddy finding her still. Like it comes out of the water like a shark, like it's Jaws or something. And then you just see him with the glasses, and then he gets to Christine, like she just runs so slow in her dream lol. And just puts her head down in the sand. And then that's where everyone meets up, and then, Christine dies and all that. I've already told the rest. Yeah. But yeah, and then for the whole movie, Alice has the power that, Christine gave her. And she doesn't really know how to use it. So she's just basically watching all of her friends die. And Freddy's kind of using her to still be able to kill kids. It's like she's a collector or something. Because he basically uses her to connect to her friends to then kill them. Probably the most gruesome death, I'd say, from the friends is the insect one. And it's kind of a callback to the earlier scene, where one of Alice's friends, finds a bug in her food. So she like throws the food on the floor and steps on it. And then later on, when a lot of the friends are getting killed, because I guess she's someone who likes to work out, and then when Freddy, puts her in a dream, she basically gets killed by turning into a bug, and then Freddy crushes her. Like just the whole transformation, damn. And I thought The Fly was disturbing. Well, that's definitely way more disturbing if you've seen The Fly. That is the right name, right? With the Jurassic Park actor, yeah. But yeah, that's definitely the most just death, if that makes any sense. Hello. I just basically mean ew. But my first reaction is just like ugh. And yeah, I guess all the other friends' deaths are still pretty bad, but it's not as bad as that one for me. Oh yeah, the coffin scene where she's starting to get more, depressed with what's happening, and because at first it looks like she was going crazy, then a depressed stage, and now she's just like a warrior by the end. But yeah, the funeral scene with one of her friends, like it just comes out the coffin, but I think that's related to like a daydream or something. And just man, that seems a bit funny. Seeing her friend come out the coffin, making jokes and stuff, that was kind of a funny scene. But yeah, eventually she has like one friend who's still alive, and is kind of going to be in danger since they kind of end up in a car crash. While she finds out that one of her friends died, they then end up in a car crash, which puts the other guy in a well, not well. They basically end up in a car accident. Then they get sent to the hospital since her friend is like badly injured, so they kind of have to make him go to sleep, which you know how that goes. But she Alice is able to go home and I guess get a crypt. I also forgot to mention one of the other deaths. Since because Alice, like, I don't know if she like really liked this boy, but he's like into karate. Probably like a big fan of, I don't know, Karate Kid, because yeah, he was good at karate. And it's just kind of funny that he wasn't able to defeat Freddy, because it does seem like he's actually has the best of Freddy, but for some reason he just stands still when he gets Freddy's glove off. And he was looking at the glove like obviously Freddy was gonna pick it back up, because yeah, he did make Freddy defenseless, but he really could have just went over to the glove and I don't know, moved it or something. But instead he just stands there, because Freddy like is basically invisible, but he was able to eventually know how to fight Freddy while he's invisible. But then he just stands there and lets Freddy kill him unless that's whatever with that scene. That's what I'm gonna say. Whatever. But yeah, I guess back to the ending, since I don't want to make this review too long. Yeah, because I'm not really making reviews too long these days right now, since I have important things to do. But yeah. So Alice basically is able to get inside of her friend's dream, who ended up in the hospital, since like she's become like the dream master. And it was kind of like talking about that in school, in the place where one of her other friends die. The one with the glasses, I think, yeah. Because they both end up trapped in the class, like in a chair, and yeah, there's a lot of scenes where they're in a public place, but they're basically still sleeping. And then when they die in the dream, they die in the real world. And that's what happened to the friend. Like she got her whole life sucked out of her. There's also the scene in the cinemas. Man, I'm still not even talking about the conclusion yet, but yeah, I'm just gonna talk about this one and then the conclusion. In that cinema scene, she just, after everything that's happening, she just wants to chill for a little bit, and then she just ends up getting sucked into the cinema screen and ending up in the movie, and then she sees all the people that are dead, and I think that's connected to the scene where she ends up in that bar and she kind of sees an older version of herself, and then the pizza scene with the souls, yeah. But yeah, conclusion now. So, as I was saying, Alice basically gets into her friend's dream, who seems like he was gonna get killed since he was in surgery, and Freddy just was dressed up as a surgeon. Lol. But Alice is able to get inside there and fight Freddy, and then takes him to a church or something. I can't remember what the final location is, but it just seems like it was a church, and that's where she does her backflips and stuff there. Just it's like she turns into a Power Ranger or something. It's just kind of funny. She also learns how to use those sticks that Bruce Lee would use. What kawaii people use. Yeah. She basically gets good with that too. Yeah, she just becomes a warrior at the end. A dream warrior, but more like a dream master, I guess. Since she's able to go in people's dreams just like that. Because yeah, Nancy could do that, but I think like she needed to be right near the person to be able to do that, where Alice, like, she could just, I don't know, jump through a mirror and then end up in the other person's dream. Yeah. Because there was more like dream warriors. I guess Nancy was a dream warrior, but Alice is a dream master, so she has more abilities thanks to, Christine, which I guess it doesn't make their deaths in vain. So basically, I'll just before I talk about how things end, like with the final fight between Freddy and Alice, I'm just gonna talk about everything that's happened and how it's led to this point. But yeah, so in the first movie, we have Nancy, and she basically loses all of her friends, but she ends up the final survivor. And with that knowledge, like going into the third one, she's able to know how to take on Freddy with these new kids that are getting killed, and she's able to save three of them. But unfortunately, she dies. And then going into this movie, two of them get killed off early, but then we have Christine, who seemed like she had some special abilities in the third movie. They kind of hinted on it, but yeah. By the time she dies in this movie, she gives that power to Alice, and then I guess Alice uses that power to take on Freddy at the end, when she's just sick of seeing her friends die, and that's when we get to the final fight, and she eventually uses this thing to, I don't know, just burst a hole into Freddy, which frees all the souls, and we just get some brutal Freddy death, where all the souls are just trying to get out of Freddy. And I guess all the souls are basically free, so every soul that Freddy got, I think, are all free by the end of this movie. So I guess in the other two movies, he's just trying to get souls back. But he basically frees Nancy and all the others. Like, this is what would have been more cool. Like, basically all the people that died in the movies. Like, if we seen their ghost form, that would have been way more cool instead of this Scooby-Doo kind of thing that they do. And if you've watched Scooby-Doo, I guess you know what I mean, where you see their head and then it's just floating around. Yeah, like in that movie, when their souls get taken and stuff. That's basically what they do in this one, so we don't really get a proper goodbye to those characters. That would have been way more better. And seeing Nancy as well, that would have been cool. But oh well. But yeah, she basically defeats Freddy. And then at the end we get some WAP song. Is it with LL Cool J and Freddy on the lyrics as well? Like saying some funny stuff, man. And that's how the movie ends. So yeah. When I first watched it, I still liked it, but obviously there's a lot more things that I didn't like compared to the third one where they killed Nancy. And then they just kill all of the third movie's characters in this one. Yeah. I didn't like that at first, but I'm just looking back at this movie and I'm just like, I guess I can still watch this movie, but I feel like in the end, the first one's just the best one to watch. And I can still watch the third one every Halloween, I guess. Or should I say most Halloweens? I don't know about every Halloween. The fourth one, I don't know, maybe not every Halloween then, for that one. And then the other ones, they just, yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to end it there because I don't want the review to go on for too long. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to be talking about the last one for this year. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, the spin-off or whatever I should call it, where it's kind of set in reality, so basically the actors from the original movie, like you basically see them in their real life, and then like I guess Freddy comes into their real lives, and yeah, I'll talk about that in the review anyway. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.